going on, everyone? It's Alex here, back with your weather forecast, and I'm gonna tell you this week is gonna be quite active. We are gonna be talking about the tropics. Not only about that we may have a landfalling system near us. We have to talk about severe weather coming back in a big way, and some dangerous thunderstorms. So if you hear the background noise, they are doing some road work near me, and they are changing the pipes. So if you hear like some banging, don't worry. So that's from that. If you hear like some noise, sorry, but I can't do anything about it. So, anyways, let's get into today's forecast. So we actually do have a marginal risk of severe weather for our area today. Just barely on the edge, but we do have a marginal risk, and that means we may be talking about thunderstorms, and some could potentially be strong. However, let's get into this morning. We're going to be seeing showers continuing across western Pennsylvania, and they're going to start reigniting around the afternoon hours. I think the NAM is being a little conservative here. I think there is going to be much more widespread storms. And then when we start to see some storms trying to enter through New Jersey, they just kind of fall apart, not gonna lie. But the latest models do have some of these storms trying to move into central and northern New Jersey and, affect New York City almost. So, it's a very interesting thing, and I think the models may be struggling with this a bit. And we can go to the RGEM here. So it definitely shows you that there could be some stronger thunderstorms tonight. This is a better model to look at in general. But then, again, that's not the main event. The main event is going to come on Thursday. And we're going to be talking about Thursday a lot here, So, why are we going to be talking a lot about Thursday? Okay, here's the HDPRS if you want to know. Yeah, so the line looks like mainly out to our west, but if it speeds up, I can't rule out for some strong thunderstorms here. Maybe an isolated severe thunderstorm. We'll see how this shapes out. But anyways, let's zoom out to the full picture, okay? So we need to take a break from looking at the models, and we need to discuss this ambient weather pattern, okay? So for today, you can have isolated severe weather. It's possible, but that is not the main story, okay? We have to talk about Thursday, okay? And it looks like Thursday, it could be a very big, severe weather day now. And I've been looking at these models very, very closely. I've been seeing CAPE around that 2,000 joules periphery on the European, for New Jersey, for Mid-Atlantic, for the Southeast coast. This is going to be a huge, massive front. And we're going to have to watch Thursday morning. This is going to be our culprit here. How much rain and how much cloud cover do we get Thursday morning? Before Thursday afternoon, we heat up. We get the instability of our atmosphere warming up significantly and getting these powerful tornadic thunderstorms Thursday evening. Yes, I mentioned tornadoes. Yes, we have a 5% chance of tornadoes from the CSU right now. We are going to take a look at that very shortly. But I'm telling you, Thursday could be a very big day. I cannot tell you who is going to specifically get slammed by this, but there is a whole entire marginal risk from the southeast coast through Georgia, through South Carolina, through North Carolina, through Virginia, through Delaware, through the Mid-Atlantic, through New Jersey, through eastern Pennsylvania, through Long Island, through southern New York, through Massachusetts, through Boston. This is a huge marginal risk, and this is going to affect millions upon millions of people. This is very concerning, to see a 5% issued by the CSU already, day 3, that is very, very concerning. And also, we're going to take a look here at the tropics real quickly. And I am actually really concerned about the tropics here. And we're going to take a look at that very shortly here. Okay, let's go back to the 0Z here. And you can see it wants that system out. Look at this. Freaking snow up north. But we're going to go back to the previous runs here. And we're going to take a look. Yeah, look at this. We have a potential hurricane on the loose for next week. And I know you may be saying, Alex, come on, this is days away. Yes, it is. However, these spaghetti models have been getting very concerning. They have been almost all of the spaghetti models wants to hint at a landfall for the southeast coast into New Jersey. This is scary, guys. I mean, if you even take a look at the NHC outlook, 60%. This is a high risk that this will develop. And most of the models actually hint at a pretty strong storm trying to form after that. Again, this is days away, but we need to start talking about this. We may start needing to make preparations if this gets any worse. I'm telling you, a tropical storm is seriously possible for the southeast coast into New Jersey. This is no stranger, okay? So, again, we are in tropical storm watch for next week. We will be talking more about the tropics after we get through Thursday. But we have to talk about Thursday now, okay? So, what you got here? Okay, let's hear the 6Z, okay? So, we got severe thunderstorms for Oklahoma into southeastern Texas and northeastern Texas. And we could have a tornado outbreak today for Oklahoma and Texas. We may see strong, violent tornadoes today. Yes, I think we will get enhanced risk, and this is like actually really scary. So, again, get ready, Texas and Oklahoma. This is going to be a very busy day for you with supercells possible. Oh, man, it's going to be nasty. That front continues for Wednesday. Severe weather returns for the southeast, Tennessee, Louisiana, Alabama, Texas, all across the middle part of the country. Now, we're going to get into Thursday. Look at this low pressure over near Indiana and Ohio. This is a very vigorous low. And this low will lift up to the north and east. And what you're going to get is a trailing cold front with severe thunderstorms and potentially tornadoes. Yes, we might be talking about tornadic weather on Thursday because of that position of the low. Look at these intense, monstrous thunderstorms starting to enter through. Maybe not as early, but I'm telling you, these storms may be nasty on Thursday. These are the real storms I'm watching. Today, yeah, you could see a couple isolated severe storms. It's possible. But Thursday, I'm telling you, Thursday, we could have a slight risk or even an enhanced risk. This is no joke. This is seriously no joke. I think we will have violent thunderstorms for parts of the area Thursday. Depends where this sets up. But I think we know that we may have some violent thunderstorms on the table for Thursday. Large hail, damaging winds, and tornadoes. Yes. It is all on the table. So this front really moves through, just really sweeps across the whole entire East Coast. Man, we really need to watch this, man. This is like really concerning. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. But this front, I'm telling you, this is going to have a lot of power. I'm already telling you that it's going to have a lot of power. And the fact that the Euro already hints at 1,000 joules per kilogram Cape without the convective models is already so concerning. So, oh man, it's going to be the next couple days are going to be very active, okay? They are going to be very dangerous, okay? Alright, so for today, you got a marginal risk for the Mid-Atlantic into even New Jersey. We'll have to see how that shapes out. And we have a huge slight risk for Oklahoma into northeastern Texas, into southwestern Arkansas. Best potential for tornadoes. Yes, we will be talking about a tornado threat for Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas, the Arklatex region. Wind and hail, pretty much the same threat. Yep. But tornadoes could be a significant threat for the areas I just mentioned, and we'll have to see how that plays out. And I think we will be seeing supercells and potentially long-track tornadoes. We'll see about that. And then for the Mid-Atlantic, we might see isolated severe thunderstorms capable of producing damaging winds, frequent cloud-to-ground lightning, and heavy rainfall. Day 2, marginal risk for the whole entire South and into, let's see, Alabama, Louisiana, Tennessee, into Kentucky, southern Ohio, into almost western Pennsylvania. This is a huge marginal risk. This is accompanied by mostly a damaging wind threat and maybe some hail. And then day 3, we have a huge marginal risk for the whole entire East Coast, pretty much including everyone here. From, let's say, Louisiana all the way up to Boston. This is a massive, massive front that will be impacting us on Thursday with severe thunderstorms, dangerous lightning, frequent cloud-to-ground lightning, heavy rainfall, and even tornadoes. Yes, we will be talking about potential for those tornadoes as we get into Thursday. And why are we going to see this? Well, let's take a look at the CSU here. If anyone doesn't know what the CSU is, it's basically a severe weather forecast. And let's go to day 3 here. Look at this. You have a day 3 tornado probability, and it's centered right over eastern Pennsylvania into western New Jersey. And if you see that little speck of brown, that is a 5% chance of tornadoes for Thursday. This is a big upgrade from yesterday. I think New Jersey and eastern Pennsylvania may be in danger for Thursday. We have to see how this plays out. But, I mean, you can just see the tornado threat really expanding for that area. Then the wind probability, it looks like the greatest chance is south. And then hail is most likely non-existent. But again, this is such concerning stuff we are seeing right now from the CSU. And we really need to watch this very carefully. Taking a look at the Cape as well. For today, it's going to be pretty marginal. Yeah, you could see some, maybe some 1,000 joules, maybe. We'll see how that plays out. But again, the biggest Cape you're going to see is Thursday. Once that really starts to set in, you're going to talk about almost 1,500 joules per kilogram of Cape on Thursday. And this is going to promote these big updrafts and thunderstorms that are really going to start forming on Thursday. And I have a feeling we could have a pretty nasty squall line by the time we get into 4, 5, 6 p.m. The peak heating time hours, again, some of these storms may have supercells embedded in them, and we could see supercells out in front of that line, and we may be talking about tornadoes in that quasi-linear setup. So, yeah, it's pretty concerning, man. I mean, we haven't seen a setup like this in a while, To see 5% chance of tornadoes into New Jersey, I haven't seen that for the whole entire year, honestly. So, this is like a really concerning setup for day 3. I can't rule out that someone in eastern Pennsylvania into New Jersey, who knows, could there be a 10% chance of a tornado? I cannot tell you at this point, but it is a certain real danger possibility that this could happen. Again, I don't know if it's going to be like a severe weather outbreak or a tornado outbreak. I don't know, but I'm telling you, this storm on Thursday is going to bring violent storms, and we know that. It has all the ingredients we need. Cape, it's really elevated. Almost 2,000 joules per kilogram. Wind shear, we got that also. Sunshine. Listen, if these storms encounter some sunshine, these temperatures may warm into the upper 80s. And once that front comes through, it's just going to eat it up. And we might see some violent thunderstorms in the mid-Atlantic on Thursday. And honestly, this is a pretty damn good severe weather setup for us. So, again, Thursday, you really got to be careful because we could be seeing some very nasty storms. Again, as I said, I don't know about that tornado threat, but we have to keep an eye out on it. So, very active week. In conclusion, we're going to be seeing some storms today. Not really Wednesday, but Thursday, big time severe weather threat. That exits out. Very cold air on Friday and Saturday, low dew points, and then we might be talking about a tropical storm next week, landfalling in the southeast or mid-Atlantic. Very, very active times. Alright guys, I'll see you guys later. We'll see how the storm threat plays out later, and I will see you guys later. Peace.